As a nature photographer, I'm always seeking out the next big adventure. This time, we're heading someplace away from the mountains. Someplace with unique scenery and a ton of wildlife. That place is Florida, home to one of the most famous national parks in the world. I'm Brett, this is Cher. Join us as we explore and photograph the Everglades. Covering 1.5 million acres of tropical and subtropical habitat, the Everglades is massive, and it contains one of the world's most diverse ecosystems. We only had a few days in the Everglades, so we chose to visit 3 sections of the park. Our first location, Shark Valley. Walking the path through Shark Valley can be exciting and at times a little unnerving. The great thing about this part of the park is that there's nothing between you and the wildlife. One of the reasons we chose this location is that it offers a lot of opportunities to photograph wildlife. From alligators, turtles, and fish, to flowers and a wide variety of birds. There's birds everywhere, so I'm shooting them at f8 at 1/400th of a second. They're all over here. We got really nice light coming in, highlighting the birds. There's a lot of great dead branches that they're kind of sitting on. To get the same shot with a point-and-shoot camera, remember your wise settings.
There's a really cool brown bird up here in the mangroves, and he's kind of hard to see. So I'm going to do my wise settings. The white balance is going to be sunny, and the ISO will be automatic because I'm going to set my scene selection for portrait.
If walking the path doesn't suit you, taking the tram is a great way to see Shark Valley.
We can walk anywhere we want to around the Everglades, but it's full of all this sawgrass, which looks kind of fluffy, but it's actually razor sharp. So we don't want to do that. Instead, we're going to take the tram.
Taking photos with a slow shutter speed while moving could be disastrous, so make sure you use a fast shutter speed. If you have to, bump your ISO speed up to 400 or 800, and you'll get nice, crisp shots. It was a truly exciting day here at Shark Valley. Tomorrow, we hit up a more marshy area known as Big Cypress Swamp. This area is dense with trees, creating variable lighting conditions, making it a challenge to photograph. If you don't know how to adjust your camera manually, you could end up with less desirable photos. So a really great way to improve your photography skills is to keep a journal. Writing down everything that you're thinking about, what the lighting is like, anything you can think of so that when you go back and review your images, you can refer to your notes. If you want the best images you can get, you should always use a tripod. If you don't have one, set the camera down somewhere in your surroundings. Program the auto timer, and then take your shot. Although we didn't see much wildlife here, it was still worth the trip to see the marsh-like settings and get a feel for a different kind of Everglades. And it allowed me to get some very abstract-looking photographs. It's time to check out our final destination at the south entrance, and explore Anhinga Trail. Arriving early sure paid off. We were treated to a beautiful sunrise and some amazing wildlife. It started off to be a very quiet morning, and it got me wondering, where did all the animals go? Then, out of nowhere, we were treated to an unusual display of sound. Alligators bellowing. One of the coolest things I've ever witnessed in nature. Once the gators got going, things really started to pick up. One way to extend your photographic day using natural light is to shoot your subjects in the shade. This bird is sitting in the shade, and there is just a light pocket right beneath him, so it's bouncing light right in his eyes. And he's just so still. It's great right now, just the beginning of spring. There are no bugs, great temperature, and there's just wildlife everywhere here. We had just turned off the cameras and started to walk away when a cormorant flew right over, nearly missing our heads, and landed right by me, and I was able to get this rare, up-close photograph. This trail was great. It had birds, alligators, everything that we can imagine. We saw turtles. Oh wow, look at that. Osprey. I mean, it's just happening here. Wow. What a memorable trip to the Florida Everglades. We will definitely be back.